When you have this awakening experience, you can't unsee it. You can forget it, but there's something in your heart that always knows. There's something in your heart that always knows that there is this immensity of love, or there is this something that we call God that is made of only love. And even though the world doesn't make sense to you, and you don't understand why people do what they do or a number of other things, there's something in your heart that knows this is all intentional. This is all on purpose. And as I alluded to earlier, one of the other things that you recognize is that this life isn't your own. Referring to the ego. It doesn't belong to your ego. Your ego is a temporary placeholder that helps your human navigate the human experience. But you are not here in service to that ego. That's not why you're here. Do you see how that would scare the ego? When its whole survival mechanism is based on validation, that it is about it, and now you're seeing a profound truth that says your life isn't yours anymore? Isn't that wild? And here's the painful part about it. As much as it might hurt for other people to not like you, for other people to judge you, after this experience of awakening and seeing the innocence, the grace, the utter beauty of it all, the love, it hurts much more to watch yourself deny that to yourself. You know what it's like? Before awakening, you're living a lie and you don't know that you're living a lie. After awakening, you see that you're living a lie, and that hurts really bad. And this speaks to the real journey of being human, which is as a vessel that finally allows the truth to flow through you. And in a more practical way of speaking, it's like saying, finally living a life that is authentic and sincere. Finally living a life where you are no more hiding your light from the world because you are afraid of what people will think, because you're afraid of being rejected, you're afraid of failure. Do you see what I'm trying to illustrate here? And I don't know if I'm doing a decent job at it. I'm just kind of rambling in my mouth. But look at this contrast. Before awakening, you're living this life as an illusion, not realizing it's an illusion, just going about it. And then afterwards, you see that none of it's real, and you're not living the life you came here to live. Do you see why the ego would be so scared about this? Do you see how unsafe it is for you to truly be you? And what do I mean by truly be you? Because I've also said that it's not about you. And this is where things get tricky with language. We have to go slow and take our time. Do you notice that human quality where there's this sincerity in your heart that wants to love, that wants to play, that wants to go on adventure, that wants to be honest? Furthermore, let's just say it, wants to be free. And do you notice the hesitancy in that? So much of it revolves around a fear. And this fear, if we break it down, in many ways just circles back to a fear about what other people will think about you. This is your ego trying to keep you safe. Do you see how that would be? The ego is trying to protect the image of you, who you are thought to be. Not only what you think, but what everybody else thinks. And if you are free, if you are honest, then you lose control, which I think is fascinating and wild, because it shows us that the way that we or the ego structures its existence in its attempt to stay safe is only by way of living a lie to maintain control. That's how it protects itself, its image. Do you see this? How honesty threatens that? Think about it in a relationship dynamic. Why do we not be honest in a relationship? Because we don't know what's going to happen. And so the tendency is to not say the honest thing, because then we have more control over what happens. Now, you see, we're talking about a very practical human thing called honesty. But I would say that this goes much deeper as it relates to the truth of life. It's the same mechanism, where the world, in some form or another, using silly words to point, is wrapped up in darkness, is wrapped up in a lie, and the truth is very threatening to that. You see, in a world full of egos, all of those egos want the same thing. They want to protect their image. And again, those egos don't realize that they're egos. They think that they're real. And so they think they're protecting something real, something vital. So it's understandable. But when you see through it, it's kind of like you don't have an excuse anymore. It becomes obvious, which is why it's more painful. And you see what this exposes through the awakening process is the degree to which we are not living the truth of our life, which is our sacred mission. Silly words. You see, look at it this way. You go to heaven, you get the insight, you see that it's only love. And God says, okay, now go back and be that love. And what does the ego say? That's not safe. That's not a good idea at all. Because it's a crazy place down there. And God's like, yeah, that's the whole point, dude. That's the whole point. I thought you wanted this. I thought you wanted to know what's true. I thought you wanted to see beyond these illusions. I thought you wanted to wake up. This is what it is. To wake up and see what you really are, and to see your real purpose as you're playing this human game.